Boss Baby, and welcome back once again to my next episode of the Video Game Requester. And I'm your host, The Armster, and I just got back watching the movie with my brother for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and I thought it was actually a really good movie. It told a decently good moral of the story and decent character development for Sonic as he grows up from being an orphan. And all of a sudden, when he comes to his personal development from being isolated himself, or in this world, like, he basically grew up in a world full of humans that people were just gonna alienate him, saying he's like an isolated creature. So, also, you already recognized me with this little headset I was wearing. I'm not gonna be wearing this throughout the whole review. This is gonna be a short review. So, my thoughts for that movie is like, it's actually really decently good. It's not really bad. It's well thought out. Well, I can say it's well thought out and stuff. There were some jokes that it could be like overstate his welcome a little bit and stuff, and then later on, there were some things that worked and some things that didn't work. I don't know, just my own personal opinion in a sense, but I will admit that when I first saw the trailer of the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie that came out, I'm really into it on this one. That it was one of the most cringeworthy things that we ever seen in our entire life. That everyone was like saying, "What the fuck did we just see?" That his face is so horrendous. It's just like really, really bad to look at. And in the end, it's just like saying, "Why did they give us that kind of feature of Sonic?" It's like, I understand that the director wanted to make him more realistic looking, but when it comes to having that kind of design like that with the old shitty version of Sonic, the internet would say, fuck that noise. We don't want to see more of that Sonic like that. Like, if you're gonna see something like that, then that's just definitely gonna kill the franchise. Cause like, let's be real here. Sonic franchise was going down since let me see, when did it start starting? Like, I don't think it was Sonic Adventure. I think ever since Sonic 06 started, is that, or maybe it was longer than that. Probably like around, maybe I'm guessing around Sonic. Game like Shadow the Hedgehog, and other than that, like when that game came out and stuff, the story makes no fucking sense, and it's like later on it's just went down the hill ever since then. Then later on, when we got Sonic 06, oh baby, that was like a really bad game to play, cause like when you play that game from the beginning of it, like when you first started out playing Sonic 06 for their little anniversary of Sonic 50th anniversary, I believe. I think it was 15th anniversary. And then later on in the future, it's just like, damn, what's the hell I'm looking for? It's like, it makes you feel like you're playing a beta version of the game. And it's like, it was really rushed off, and all of a sudden, the game was so awful that it was just like, it just made everyone hate the game entirely. So that's what that movie could have been, but they didn't. Because like, what I'm saying is that in the movie, it's actually well thought out. Like, they took their time to redevelop Sonic and made him a more proper version of Sonic that we want him to be, instead of a more realistic looking Sonic. Because that Sonic that scared the hell out of us. That's like saying, why did you give us that Sonic? Is that so? So what happened in the end after I learned about what Sonic review got so good that it literally surpassed Detective Pikachu. I'm not even kidding. I was like, I'm surprised they've almost reached up to $60 million of the box office when it came out. And I was like saying, wow, the movie did so well. It says that it makes you proud to be a Sonic community and stuff like this. Like, there are some good Sonic games and there are some bad. Like, most likely the good Sonic games is come out of fans. Like, when it comes to fans' demands of what they want to see out of Sonic, in a positive way it's possible, then you could create yourself a really good Sonic game or a Sonic movie and stuff. And I can actually appreciate the director for giving us a really good Sonic character for the movie. Like, and also for the ending and stuff. I already know that some of you guys, I'm aware that there's a lot of you guys who've seen it already. I already know the spoiler ending and stuff, because I think to YouTube, like, when it comes to people spoiling shit like crazy, they just spoil the fuck out of it. aka Tails. So anyway, it's like I won't be going into a full review. I want to, but I have an idea though. Like, I'm gonna make a review, a legitimate good review that talks about the movie story after it comes out in DVD. And when it comes out in DVD, I'm gonna give you a proper full comedic video game review, or this case, video game adaptation movie review. And yes, I will be I'm sorry. It's like saying removing well, okay, reviewing the Sonic the Hedgehog movie in full depth, like, what's the best way to describe it? I want to review it in a comedic way as possible. Like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the link in the description down below. If you want to see what I'm planning to do for the review, like, the first few review I did is it was just like. It was like basically I just started out with my career and such, but later on in the future I want to make a better review in the future because like I got myself a new camera. I'm very happy for that, and also I'm just waiting for more adaptable equipment for me to connect to the computer because the wire I have now does not connect to the computer properly. It just basically charges up. But in any case, I'm really happy that. As soon as I get this things organized for my recording session for my review for Sonic the Hedgehog, I will be doing a full, all legitimate review about the movie by talking about the development history, talking about the movie, the story, and then talking about the characters and the cast, so like acknowledging who played this, who played that, etc., etc. So, and I'm really looking forward for doing that as well. And then also at the end of it, I give up my final thoughts of the movie. About what I thought about it, like when I do my final thoughts of the game or final thoughts of the movie. It has to be video game related subject, by the way, because this is the video game requester channel. And later on, I'm hoping to do more of a video game adaptation movie review, along with some video games reviews as well, in a comedic way. Because what's the whole point of having a review without having a good laugh? That's my only thing I like to do. That's my only desire. So. I forgot to mention while I was talking about the characters, I thought the characters did a great job as well. Like, even though some of the characters you see, they're kind of forgettable. Like, Tom Wazowski and his wife. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not forgettable. It's like we get to see a lot of Tom Wazowski, and we get to see along with his wife as well. I thought those two did a good job with the performance and stuff, but. I wish we could see more of his wife appearance, like get her involved a little more with Sonic and Tom, so that way they have some connection for us to connect with her along with Sonic and all that stuff. That's a fair thing to do. Except also Jim Carrey did a great job with his Dr. Robotnik position. Even though I'm going to be making fun of his character and stuff, because I have the line that's calling him Dr. Eggman, call him like Dr. Fat Ass. Because like, let's think of it this way. Like, we all know that Dr. Robotnik, aka Dr. Eggman, is a fat old man and stuff, and I personally like to call him Dr. Fat Ass because why not? It's funny. It's actually funny for me. But other than that, I had to respect the characters and the cast who did their characters' voices and their roles as those characters. I want to give them full respect for them for all that stuff. So, Jim Carrey, I really do love your performance. Like, you were having so much fun with your performance as Dr. Robotnik and such, and I had fun watching it, dancing like a maniac and shit. It's basically, Dr. Robotnik himself, or Dr. Eggman, is as maniacal as he can be, and he plays his role very well that I thought it was fitting. He did a good job with that, and I respect him for that. Thank you for playing your part, and I even heard rumors that he wants to play this part again. I really want Jim Carrey to play Dr. Robotnik again. I thought he did a great job with that, because I don't know, I can't think of anyone else who could play a role better than Jim Carrey. That's all I can say. Cause like Jim Carrey, he did such a great job on his performance that it was actually it's actually got me believing that he was actually Dr. Robotnik. And yeah, like, I already know that Eggman originated, the name was originated from Japan, and then all of a sudden, Robotnik, crossed over to America. Then the Sega in Japan didn't like the idea until later on it started getting popular with the name. They just stuck along with it. Then later on, when Sonic Adventure 2 came out, all of a sudden they called Dr. Eggman's grandfather Dr. Gerald Robotnik. So I was like, fuck it, we'll go along with it. So, like, yeah, it's like, it's crazy how things work out in the end, though. Like, if they actually, if the people like the idea of, have to give a character a name that actually fits for the public and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're allowed to adapt to it, then that's actually a good sign. So I really like the idea that they did something like that. So that's pretty good. And so it's like there were some scenes that didn't make sense to me, so I don't know. I was like, I really need to re-look at that movie again the second time, and then later on I need to write my script also on how the scene worked out here and there. But I'll give them my thoughts again. I'll review it the second time on my own spare time, and then look it up and say, oh, what have I thought about the movie? I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good. And like, there's some scene that works here, or some scene that doesn't work there, and sometimes the jokes like overdone instead of redundant. But again, this is my personal opinion. Yeah, you feel free to agree with me or feel free to disagree with me. It's like that's your choice. That's all. I'm not telling you all of you to agree with me because like that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the community here. Because like we have our own personal opinion, and that makes it identifiable for our own individuality. So that's basically important to know that. So yeah, like the final scene with Sonic and Robotnik fighting against each other at the very final scene. So I thought it was pretty cool. I got a joke for that one for the last scene right there. Like I know some of you guys are asking, how the hell you can make a joke out of that? You'll see. I'm not telling you anything about that. You'll see. I can be as crazy as I can get, as I can be dorky as I can be. I'm still a lovable guy at heart, but I can be realistic too at some point. So yeah, and then at the end of the movie and stuff, I honestly like the way how they delivered the story and the message about what Sonic was going through, and in the end, it makes you say, what the fuck just happened? And I was like, oh, I'll explain it. And there was like some jokes here and there. I was saying, oh, I'm just making a joke about this, but then there's gonna be some people saying, why are you making jokes about that? Like, why are you questioning this stuff? Like, the movie told you. And I think it's a joke. Don't answer that, internet. I'm gonna be saying that too on one of my jokes too. I know some of you guys are gonna point it out anyway. You just don't want to listen. But it's like, especially with the haters, as I say, I'm just gonna ignore the haters and say, not focus on the audience who really wanna focus on me instead of in a positive way. So I really appreciate that for that. So I thought it was a really good movie. I really liked the movie at the very end. It's actually really good. The story was actually decent. There's some questions of logic that makes you want to question everything about that, and then the only thing we get to know more is that I believe the sequel is going to explain a little bit more detail as they want to, because like they want to keep the suspense going to say, oh, what is this movie all about? I was like, oh, what story is going to take place? And I was like, okay, we'll go along with this idea, because like they're just hinting us about what's going to happen, and don't even get me started on the references on the movie. Like, there were so many references on the movie that you see in the very beginning to the end and stuff. Especially like the beginning of the music that you hear, like Sonic monologuing himself beside the whole chase scene. That Sonic, when we started with Baby Sonic, that's a little in there like, oh, so let's go along with it. It's like we already know the music of Sonic Mania from the very beginning of it. So those of you who didn't know that, then I'm gonna point that out too as well. So like, there's so many things I'm gonna point things out to the movie that it makes you want to say, oh my god, they did that and they did this. It's like, oh, okay, that's actually pretty cool. I like the idea, because the next thing you know, it's like you wanted to know more about what they're going with this and stuff, and also a lot of you guys who watched the movie or played the games, it's basically a Echidna tribe. Cause like it's like I was like questioning myself, saying, why are the Echidnas here? I thought they were wiped out and such. Like, I know some of you guys will be saying, aren't you spoiling things like that? No, I'm not spoiling anything. If you were to play Sonic Adventures game itself and also know the story of it, then you know exactly why I say the Echidna should have been wiped out. Or better yet, like, if you read the story of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles and stuff, they would tell you exactly the story about how Knuckles, the last survivor of the Echidna tribe, that he just like he's the last of his kind and such, and later on the movie shows that they're perfectly fine. It's like you really want to say, what the hell's going on here? It's like there is so much stuff that we need to talk about, that we want to know more, and I believe the director did that on purpose, just to actually say, oh, we want to build a suspense for you guys, and we like to make you guys feel excited for the second one of the movie. I say, okay, fine, we'll go along with your ideas, because like if you're gonna build us a suspense, that if the movie works out really well, and it did, surprisingly, it did better than Bird of Prey, by the way. And in the end, oh yeah, like it also did better than Star Wars, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. I know some of you Star Wars fans out there is gonna hate me for that, but trust me when I say this, I'm a Star Wars fan too, but the movie stunk. The Star Wars, the last Star Wars movie that just recently came out a while ago stunk, and it makes no goddamn sense. I was like, I'm gonna point that out there. I mean, I love Star Wars very much, but I had to say that movie that just recently came out stunk. That's all I'm gonna say. So other than that, I really do hope the Sonic movie we become more successful in the future for the sequel, because they just building things up that the audience, all the fans and stuff recognize so easily that we want to see more of it. As long as it's not that shitty as Super Mario Bros. Movie that we got back in the day and stuff, I want to review that too in the future. Because other than that, it's like there's so much that we want to see what the developers have been planned for this movie. So I'm really looking forward for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little short review, and I hope it all works out well for you guys to enjoy this little short talk about me talking about the movie reviews. Like, oh, what is this movie's all about? So, like, I want to see more of what they got to give us. So, thank you guys for watching this video once again. I'm the Video Game Crest, and Narcissus says, catch you on the next episode, baby. Peace.